Wushu is both an exhibition and a full-contact sport derived from traditional Chinese martial arts. It was developed in China after 1949, in an effort to standardize the practice of traditional Chinese martial arts, although attempts to structure the various decentralized martial arts traditions date back earlier, when the Central Guoshu Institute was established at Nanking in 1928. The term Wushu is Chinese for martial arts. In contemporary times, Wushu has become an international sport through the International Wushu Federation, which holds the World Wushu Championships every 2 years. The first World Championships were held in 1991 in Beijing and won by Yuan Wen Qing. Competitive Wushu is composed of 2 disciplines, Chaiyo and sanda. Chaiyo involves martial art patterns and maneuvers for which competitors are judged and given points according to specific rules. The forms comprise basic movements based on aggregate categories of traditional Chinese martial art styles and can be changed for competitions to highlight one's strengths. Competitive forms have time limits that can range from 1 minute, 20 seconds for some external styles to over 5 minutes for internal styles. Modern Wushu competitors are increasingly training in aerial techniques such as 540, 720, and even 900-degree jumps and kicks to add more difficulty and style to their forms. Sanda is a modern fighting method and sport influenced by traditional Chinese boxing, Chinese wrestling methods called Chaiyo and other Chinese grappling techniques such as Chin Na. It has all the combat aspects of Wushu. Sanda appears much like kickboxing or Muay Thai, but includes many more grappling techniques. Sanda fighting competitions are often held alongside Chaiyo or form competitions. History: in 1958, the government established the All China Wushu Association as an umbrella organization to regulate martial arts training. The Chinese State Commission for Physical Culture and Sports took the lead in creating standardized forms for most of the major arts. During this period, a national Wushu system that included standard forms, teaching curriculum, and instructor grading was established. Wushu was introduced at both the high school and university level. This new system seeks to incorporate common elements from all styles and forms as well as the general ideas associated with Chinese martial arts. Stylistic concepts such as hard, soft, internal, external, as well as classifications based on schools such as Shaolin, Tai Chi, Wudang and others were all integrated into one system. Wushu became the government-sponsored standard for the training in martial arts in China. The push for standardization continued, leading to widespread adaptation. In 1979, the State Commission for Physical Culture and Sports created a special task force to teaching and practice of Wushu. In 1986, the Chinese National Research Institute of Wushu was established as the central authority for the research and administration of Wushu activities in China. Changing government policies and attitudes towards sports in general lead to the closing of the State Sports Commission in 1998. This closure is viewed as an attempt to partially depoliticize organized sports and move Chinese sport policies towards a more market-driven approach. As a result of these changing sociological factors within China, both traditional styles and modern Wushu approaches are being promoted by the International Wushu Federation. Contemporary Chaiyo events. Wushu events are performed using compulsory or individual routines in competition. Compulsory routines are those routines that have been already created for the athlete, resulting in each athlete performing basically the same set. Individual routines are routines that an athlete creates with the aid of his/her coach, while following certain rules for difficulty. In addition to events for individual routines, some Wushu competitions also feature dual and group events. The dual event, also called duelian, is an event in which there is some form of sparring with weapons, or without weapons, or even using bare hands against weapons. The dual event is usually spectacular and actions are choreographed beforehand. The group event, also known as jiti, requires a group of people to perform together and smooth synchronization of actions are crucial. Usually, the group event also allows instrumental music to accompany the choreography during the performance. The carpet used for the group event is also larger than the one used for individual routines. Previously, International Wushu competitions most often used compulsory routines, while high-level competitions in China most often used individual routines. However, after the 2003 Wushu World Games in Macau, it was decided to opt for individual routines in international competition, with Nandu integrating a maximum 2-point Nandu score into the overall maximum score of 10. There is some controversy concerning the inclusion of Nandu in Wushu because many of the movements created for the specific events are not originally movements used in those styles. In addition, the number of injuries which have resulted from the inclusion of these Nandu have caused many people to question their inclusion. Those who support the new difficulty requirements follow the assertion that they help to progress the sport and improve the overall physical quality of the athletes. Barehanded, Chang'an refers to long-range extended Wushu styles like Kakwan, Hakwan, Hung'an, and Shilingquan, but this Wushu form is a modernized style derived from movements of these and other traditional styles. Chang'an is the most widely seen of the Wushu forms, and includes speed, power, accuracy, and flexibility. Chang'an is difficult to perform, requiring great flexibility and athleticism, and is often practiced from a young age. All Nandu movements must be made within 4 steps or it will not count for Nandu points. Nanking refers to Wushu styles originating in South China, Califocan, and Yongkongquan. Many are known for vigorous, athletic movements with very stable, low stances and intricate hand movements. This Wushu form is a modern style derived from movements of these and other traditional southern styles. Nanking typically requires less flexibility and has fewer acrobatics than Chang'an, but it also requires greater leg stability and power generation through leg and hip coordination. This event was created in 1960. All Nandu movements must be made within 4 steps or it will not count for Nandu points. Taijikun is a Wushu style famous for slow, relaxed movements, often seen as an exercise method for the elderly, and sometimes known as Tai Chi in Western countries to those otherwise unfamiliar with Wushu. This Wushu form is a modern recompilation based on the Yang style of Taijikun, but also including movements of the Chen, Wu, and Sun styles. Competitive contemporary Tai Chi is distinct from those traditional styles it draws from, in that it typically involves difficult holds, balances, jumps and jump kicks. Modern competitive Tai Chi requires good balance, flexibility and strength. Short weapons, Dao refers to any curved, one-sided sword blade, but this Wushu form is a Chang'an method of using a medium-sized willow leaf-shaped Dao. Nande refers a form performed with a curved, one-sided sword blade based on the techniques of Nanking. The weapon and techniques appears to be based on the butterfly swords of Yongkongquan, a well-known southern style. In the Wushu form, the blade has been lengthened and changed so that only one is used. This event was created in 1992. Zhan refers to any double-edged straight sword blade, but this Wushu form is a Chang'an method of using the Zhan. Taijikun is an event using the Zhan based on traditional Taijikun Zhan methods. Long weapons, gun refers to a long staff as tall as the wrist of a person standing with his/her arms stretched upwards, but this Wushu form is a Chang'an method of using the white waxwood staff. Nangun is a Nanking method of using the staff. This event was created in 1992. Kaiang refers to a flexible spear with red horsehair attached to the spearhead, but this Wushu form is a Chang'an method of using the Kaiang. Other Chaiyo routines, the majority of routines used in the sport are new, modernized recompilations of traditional routines. However, routines taken directly from traditional styles, including the styles that are not part of standard events, may be performed in competition, especially in China. These routines generally do not garner as many points as their modern counterparts, and are performed in events separate from the compulsory routine events. Among these, the more commonly seen routines include, Bagwashunga Euro 8 Trigrams Palm, Baikena Euro 8 Extremes Fist Boxing, Shakwena Euro Car Fist Boxing, Chang'ena Euro Long Fist, Chuawayo Euro Poking Feet, Daitangena Euro Ground Prone Fist Boxing, Fanzaikena Euro Tumbling Fist Boxing, Hukena Euro Monkey Fist Boxing, Hokwena Euro Hui Fist Boxing, Nankwena Euro Southern Fist, Porcuia Euro Cannon Punch, Pai Gokwana Euro Chopich Fist Boxing, Shkwana Euro Snake Fist Boxing, Tantuia Euro Spring Leg, Tang Langwana Euro Praying Mantis Fist Boxing, Tong Bikana Euro Through the Back Fist Boxing, Wing Shuna Euro Eternal Spring, Xingyai Kana Euro Shaping Tent Fist Boxing, Ings Huokwana Euro Eagle Claw Fist Boxing, Zuakana Euro Drunken Fist Boxing. Traditional weapons routines. There is also a traditional weapons category, which often includes the following: Chan Surajiana Euro Long Tasseled Sword, Shvang Shaojiana Euro Two-Handed Sword, Jayajibayana Euro 9-Section Whip, Sanjiguna Euro 3-Section Staff, Shenjbyo a Euro Rope Dart, Dado a Euro Great Sword, Pudo a Euro Horse Knife, Imisa Euro Emu Daggers, Shuangdo a Euro Double Broadsword, Shuangjiana Euro Double Straight Sword, Shuangbayana Euro Double 9-Section Whips, Shuanggawa Euro Double Hook Sword, Sanda, Sparring. The other major discipline of contemporary Chinese Wushu is Sanda or EASH-ZF per mil I1/4 yard to the first and R² NGSC NDC I1/4 per mil Mandarin Chinese, sport free fighting, or Jingsheng Sanda CA per mil EF per mil, Mandarin Chinese, competitive free fighting, a modern fighting method, sport, and applicable component of Wushu/Kung Fu influenced by traditional Chinese boxing, of which takedowns and throws are legal in competition, as well as all other sorts of striking. Chinese wrestling methods called Chaiyo and other Chinese grappling techniques such as Chin Na. It has all the combat aspects of Wushu. Sanda appears much like kickboxing or Muay Thai, but includes many more grappling techniques. Sanda fighting competitions are often held alongside Chaiyo or form competitions. Sanda represents the modern development of Muay Thai contests, but with rules in place to reduce the chance of serious injury. Many Chinese martial arts schools teach or work within the rule sets of Sanda, working to incorporate the movements, characteristics, and theory of their style. Chinese martial artists also compete in non-Chinese or mixed combat sports, including boxing, kickboxing and mixed martial arts. 6. Sanda is practiced in tournaments and is normally held alongside Chaiyo events in Wushu competition. For safety reasons, some techniques from the self-defense form such as elbow strikes, chokes, and joint locks, are not allowed during tournaments. Competitors can win by knockout or points which are earned by landing strikes to the body or head, throwing an opponent, or when competition is held on a raised Muay Thai platform, pushing them off the platform. Fighters are only allowed to clinch for a few seconds. If the clinch is not broken by the fighters, and if neither succeeds in throwing his opponent within the time limit, the referee will break the clinch. In the U.S., competitions are held either in boxing rings or on the raised Muay Thai platform. Amateur fighters wear protective gear. Amateur Sanda allows kicks, punches, knees, and throws. A competition held in China, called the King of Sanda, is held in a ring similar to a boxing ring in design but larger in dimension. As professionals, they wear no protective gear except for gloves, cup, a mouthpiece, and professional Sanda allows knee strikes as well as kicking, punching and throwing. Some Sanda fighters have participated in fighting tournaments such as K1 and shoot boxing. They have had some degree of success, especially in shoot boxing competitions, which is more similar to Sanda. Due to the rules of kickboxing competition, Sanda fighters are subjected to more limitations than usual. Also notable competitors in China's mainstream mixed martial arts competitions, Art of War Fighting Championship and Ranik Ultimate Fighting Federation are dominantly of Wushu background. Sanda has been featured in many style versus style competitions. Muay Thai is frequently pitted against Sanda as is karate, kickboxing, and taekwondo. Although it is less common, some Sanda practitioners have also fought in the publicly viewed American mixed martial arts competitions. Competitions, list of major international and regional competitions featuring Wushu, World Wushu Championships, World Junior Wushu Championships, World Games, World Combat Games, Asian Games, East Asian Games, Southeast Asian Games, European Wushu Championships, organized by the European Wushu Federation, National Games of the People's Republic of China, South Asian Games, Mediterranean Games, Lusophone Games. Notable practitioners: Christopher Pirie. Christopher Pirie is the president of the United States Wushu Academy. 1. Coach Pirie was team leader of the U.S. Wushu team and has represented the U.S. in competitions and demonstrations worldwide. Coach Pirie studied with Master Yang Tsen Duo, the oldest living Yang family member, and Grandmaster Chen Zhenglai, 19th generation Chen-style successor. Coach Pirie has published articles and been written about in such publications as Kung Fu Magazine, Tai Chi and Keen magazines in the US and the United Kingdom. Zhang Guifeng and Jet Li teammates. Coach Zhang Guifeng was born and raised in Beijing. At the age of 9, she was selected to begin Wushu training with the prestigious Beijing Wushu team under the guidance of Coach Wu Bin, well known for his outstanding training methods that brought worldwide fame to Chinese Wushu competitors. After successfully completing her one-year probation with the team, Zhang Guifeng proceeded to secure her place in Wushu history. Her speed allowed her to become the first woman to perform alongside the men on the team. At the age of 14, she defeated a 30-year-old champion, and Tian Ronga. Having graduated from Changkun Physical Education and Sports College, and Tian Rong as a former national champion and Wushu pioneer. He was approved as a national and international level judge in 1980, has taught at numerous universities throughout China, and authored more than 50 books on internal and external martial arts. Among the national-international champions he's coached, while on Wu Bin's coaching staff for the Beijing Wushu team, he provided guidance to the international celebrity, Jet Li, and his student, Jin Zhao, won the Japanese national champion title in 1986. Steve Colomena. Longest-running Great Britain Wushu champion 2002. Present, captain GB Wushu team, starred as Shane Powers in film On the Ropes. John Fu. Learned Kung Fu when he was 8 years old, but didn't begin serious training in Wushu until he was 15. Starred as Jin Kazama in the film adaptation of Tekken. Jian Bang Jr. A well-respected international Wushu champion. He was the men's all-around Wushu champion in 1996 and 1998. Personally invited to the Beijing Wushu team by Wu Bin, he became the lead athlete and coach for the Beijing Wushu team. Today, he has opened a Wushu school in Virginia called PMAA. Jet Li. Possibly the most famous Wushu practitioner in the world. He started Wushu as a competition sport and gained fame as he took the National Wushu Champion of China title 5 times as an original member of the Beijing Wushu team. He was later selected to demonstrate his Wushu on the silver screen in the worldwide hit film Shaolin Temple. Many of his old teammates have also appeared on screen with him, especially in his older movies. Jade Zoo is a martial arts actress and multiple World Wushu champion. She won the World Championships 3 times in a row and the first and second place in the Olympic Wushu tournament Beijing 2008 and became one of the most famous female Wushu athletes in the world. Soon after her athletic career, Jade Zoo received offers to star in various international film and TV productions, such as Tai Chi Zero, Tai Chi Hero, The Legend of Wing Chun and Michael Jackson, 1, and successfully launched her second career, as an actress. Luke Xiaolina won the 1985 National Martial Arts Open Championship in China. She also was the youngest to receive a 7th win from the International Wushu Federation. She was a judge for the U.S. in the 1997 and 1999 World Wushu Championships. She is also the current Vice President of the United States of America Wushu Kung Fu Federation. Liu Yu is an author, former head coach of the U.S. Wushu team from 1997 to 1999. She is now teaching at the Wushu Taiki Center is located in San Luis Obispo, CA. Ray Parker showcased his skills in Wushu in several major films, including his portrayal of Darth Maul in 1999 Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace, as well as Toad in the film X-Men and as stunt double for Robin Shaw and James Remar in Mortal Kombat: Annihilation. He also heavily retrained prior to filming G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, in which he portrayed the martial arts expert Snake Eyes. Wu Bina Euro Jet Li's coach in the Beijing Wushu team, training more Wushu champions than any other coach in China. Wu Jingge Euro-Chinese actor who was sent to the Beijing Sports Institute at Shikai in Beijing when he was 6 years old. Like Jet Li, he competed as a member of the Beijing Wushu team in national-level Wushu competitions in China. Both his father and grandfather were also martial artists. Donnie Yin, a Euro-Chinese martial artist and actor, trained with the Beijing Wushu team. Yuan Wen Qing, a Euro, one of the most famous, successful, and skilled Wushu practitioners in the world who has won countless gold medals in Chinese, World, and Asian Championships. He is a former Shaanxi Wushu team athlete trained by the coaches Pang Lin Tai and Zhang Ling Mei. He is most famous for his Chang Quan, Daoshu, Gunshu, Shuang Dao, and Di Tang Quan. A number of his routines became the official standard competition routines for a number of years until the new guiding taolus were introduced. Cao Qing Euro started learning martial arts at the age of 7, and was a standout member of the Beijing Wushu team. Retained his number 1 ranking at the 2009 All-China Games. Currently has retired from the professional circuit of competition. Cao Shanjun Euro, one of the best classical contemporary Wushu legends of the 20th century. His rivalry with Jet Li was legendary, losing first place in men's long fist at the 1978 men's long fist competition. Legend says it was due to Cao's pinky being slightly off, resulting in a minuscule deduction that cost him gold. After Jet Li left to become an actor, the playing field was set, and for nearly an entire decade Mr. Cao Shanjun was left to dominate the scenes in national Wushu competitions in the 80s. It has been said that the 70s belonged to Jet, but the 80s belonged to Cao. Trained both in traditional and contemporary Wushu, Dai Tang Quan, Gunshu and Daoshu are known as Cao's 3 uniques. He was also trained in traditional Ka Quan, a uniquely Muslim traditional Wushu style. Retiring in 1987, he currently owns a Wushu school. Wushu is an Olympic event. The IWUF placed a bid to the International Olympic Committee to have Wushu included in future Olympic Games, but did not meet with success. However, the IOC allowed China to organize an international Wushu event during the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, but this event is not one of the 28 official Olympic sports, nor is it a demonstration event. Instead, it was called the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games Wushu Tournament. Wushu was one of 8 sports that was considered for inclusion in the 2020 Summer Olympics. On May 29, 2013, Wushu's bid was rejected. Criticism: Wushu, as a competitive sport, has faced criticism. It has been criticized by some traditional martial artists for being too commercialized, losing much of its original values, and potentially threatening to old styles of teaching martial arts. Such critics argue that contemporary Wushu helped to create a dichotomy between form work and combat application. Footnotes. Training books: Mastering Wushu by Jian Banjun and Emilio Alpornsec, ISBN 978-1-933901-31-2. Fundamentals of High-Performance Wushu, Chaiyo Jumps and Spins by Raymond Wu, ISBN 978-1-4303-1820-0. Kung Fu Elements, Liang, Shoyu and Wu Wen Qing, ISBN 1-889659-17-7. See also, Chinese Martial Arts, Beijing Wushu Team, 18 Arms of Wushu, List of Chinese Martial Arts, Floor, external links, International Wushu Federation Euro official website, the web's most comprehensive Wushu site. Covering the Beijing Wushu Team, US Wushu and Wushu in the Olympics. Contains pictures, videos, animation, articles and competition results and resources. US Wushu Academy. The best resource for Wushu in Taiji in the nation's capital. Professionally coaches by Zhang Guifeng, former Beijing Wushu team and US Wushu team coach. FMA Euro Wushu Euro, a list of techniques and free animated tutorials for contemporary Wushu techniques, What is Wushu? A Euro contains information about the history of Wushu, http www.nadiscomliang html. A Euro info about the history of Wushu.